Special gift to Dante's birthday party. Lois's mistaken confession after Kai's nanny shows up. Dante Falconeri's birthday was supposed to be a low-key celebration. Just family. Just love. Just cake and laughter. But in true Port Charles fashion, the party that started with hugs ended with gasps, and one confession Lois will never live down. Not to mention, the mysterious arrival of Kai's nanny blew the roof off everything Dante thought he knew about his family. Olivia had been planning Dante's birthday for weeks. The Metro Court garden was adorned with blue and silver lights, family portraits, and Dante's favorite Italian dishes, all homemade by Lois and Olivia, working side by side like they used to in Bensonhurst. Sonny arrived early, surprising everyone when he hugged Dante and offered him a heartfelt gift, a framed photo of Dante holding baby Rocco the day he was born. "You're a good man," Sonny said quietly. "Despite me." Dante smiled, unaware that his world was about to shatter. Brooklyn, Chase, Leo, and even Gio showed up to celebrate. Lulu, recently out of her coma and recovering in Amsterdam, sent a video message that nearly brought Dante to tears. "You were always the strong one," Lulu said. "Happy birthday, partner." As the party hit full swing, music filled the air. Christina danced with Blaze, Jocelyn cracked jokes with Trina, and Michael gave Dante a bottle of vintage bourbon. For a moment, everything felt right, but that's when she showed up. A sleek black SUV pulled up to the Metro Court entrance. Out stepped a woman in her late 30s, holding the hand of a child, no more than 4 years old. The little boy had thick, wavy black hair and curious eyes that darted around the crowd. "Hi," the woman said to the concierge. "I'm looking for Lois Cerullo and Kai." The name cut through the music like a record scratch. Lois, standing at the dessert table, turned pale. Her hands froze over the cannoli platter. Olivia caught the look and rushed over. "You okay, Lo?" Lois didn't answer. Her eyes were locked on the little boy now walking through the garden, straight toward Gio. Gio, sipping soda and chatting with Danny, turned around and saw the kid. He dropped his cup. "What the hell?" Lois moved fast, but the nanny beat her to it. She stepped up to the group and cleared her throat. "This is Kai," she said calmly. "Joe's son." The crowd exploded with gasps, murmurs, and stares. "Son?" Gio stammered. "I don't have a son." But Lois looked like she'd seen a ghost. And then, before anyone could stop her, she confessed. "I didn't mean for it to happen this way." Lois cried out. "I thought he was gone forever. I thought we'd never see that child again." Brooklyn stood frozen. Chase put his arm around her protectively. Olivia looked from the nanny to Lois in horror. "You knew?" Olivia asked. "You knew about this boy?" "I knew of him," Lois whispered. "I thought he was Joe's son. I thought he was the reason Gio left New York. I thought I was protecting everyone by keeping him a secret." Dante stepped in, eyes narrowed. "Start from the beginning. Now." Lois turned to face everyone, trembling. Back in Brooklyn, when Gio was living with his father's side of the family, he was in a toxic relationship. The girl was unstable. She disappeared one night with the baby. Gio came home shattered. He never wanted to talk about it again. "But I did some digging," Lois continued. "I found out the child's name, Kai. I even tracked down the nanny a few years ago. But she told me the baby had been adopted by a wealthy family overseas. I didn't tell Gio. I thought he needed to move on." "So you lied to him?" Brooklyn asked, her voice breaking. "I thought it was mercy," Lois said. The nanny stepped forward now. "You were wrong. Kai was never adopted. His mother, Joe's ex, died last year. I was given guardianship. And when I found a recent photo of Gio, I knew I had to bring Kai to him." The little boy clung to the nanny's leg, confused by the tension in the air. But Gio knelt beside him. "What's your favorite animal, Kai?" Gio asked softly. "Lions," the boy said. "Like in my dream." Everyone was silent. "So did I," Gio whispered. "When I was little, I dreamed about lions too." Kai smiled like he understood. And in that moment, Gio realized this was his son. The party, which had started as a celebration of life, spiraled into turmoil. Brooklyn stormed off, tears in her eyes. Chase followed. Lois tried to explain, but Olivia snapped. You should have told him, Lois. You robbed Gio of 4 years. For years. Even Sonny was shaken. We don't keep kids a secret. Not in this family. Not anymore. Dante was caught between fury and disbelief. You kept a secret that big from your own nephew? I thought it was the best thing at the time, Lois whispered. I thought I was protecting him from more heartbreak. You made that choice for him, Dante said. That's not protection. That's control. Meanwhile, Gio took Kai to a bench near the garden's edge. He sat the boy down and asked gentle questions. Favorite color, favorite food, favorite bedtime song. Every answer felt like a key unlocking something in Joe's heart. He wasn't ready to be a father, but his heart was ready to try. As the guests began to leave, whispers filled the garden. Did you hear? That kid's Joe's. Lois lied to all of them? Poor Brooklyn. Back inside, Brooklyn locked herself in the Metro Court bridal suite. Chase knocked on the door softly. Talk to me. She lied to me too, Brooklyn sobbed. My own mother. She kept my cousin's child a secret. What else is she hiding? Meanwhile, Lois sat alone by the cannoli table, sobbing into her hands. Olivia eventually joined her, but not with comfort. I love you, Lo. You're my oldest friend. But you've hurt too many people tonight. You need to make this right. And just as Lois stood up to go after Gio, she was intercepted by someone unexpected. A young man in a gray suit, early 30s, tall, sharp jaw, and unmistakably familiar. He looked at Lois and said one word. Mom. The garden went silent. Lois's knees nearly gave out. No. No. It can't be. You are just a baby. The man stepped forward. I was adopted by a family in upstate New York. My birth certificate says I was born in Brooklyn. My mother's name? Lois Marie Cerullo. Dante blinked. Lois. I was told he died during childbirth, Lois gasped. I was young, barely 18. My parents sent me away. They told me he didn't make it. The man held out a DNA test. I did 23andMe. I matched with Brooklyn. I'm your son. And just like that, Dante's birthday party gave Port Charles more than just cake and candles. It gave them chaos. With the revelation of not one, but 2 surprised children connected to Lois, the entire Cerullo Falconeri family is turned upside down. Will Brooklyn ever forgive her mother for keeping Kai a secret, and possibly for hiding a long-lost brother? How will Gio step into the role of fatherhood with a son he never knew existed? What secrets does the newly revealed son have? And who's his father? Could it be someone already in Port Charles? And what does this mean for Dante, who just wanted a birthday full of peace and family? Stay tuned, because Port Charles has never been Messier, and Lois's confessions are far from over. As Dante reflects on the gift of truth, the cost may be a family divided, and the beginning of a new chapter no one saw coming.